What's goody? We back with another video. So let me start with a story time. You're a kid or you're younger, even now, right? You hop on a game that you normally play and you've been probably grinding. You've been working hard on that game, right? You want to get good, you want to get to a level to where you can compete. And this is not me endorsing video games, let me say, but this is just an example that matches what the topic of the video. Out of nowhere, something just hits you where you're not really thinking. You have a clear mind. It's just straight instinct. Basically play like you've never played before. It's your best game and you didn't even think about, have no worries, nothing, because you just let instinct take over. What am I talking about? So recently I've been doing research on the flow state, right? I've been reading the book from Robert Greene. He made the 48 Laws of Power, but I've been reading Mastery. So I started reading it a little bit. I really got interested into the flow state because that's what he kind of talks about in the book, but he calls it mastery. Think about Ultra Instinct. I know it's like hyper out there, but it's based off of the flow state. You surrender your mind into the things that you've done in a disciplined fashion, and in between that is flow. So in the book of Mastery, they describe 3 phases. The first phase, imagine you want to play piano, right? It's a lot of keys. It's really intimidating because you almost don't know nothing. You just see a keyboard and it makes sound. So little by little, you start with the fundamentals. You start with the basics. You don't know enough to do your own thing, but you know enough to follow the rules. But in that is the second phase, which is called the apprenticeship phase, if I'm not mistaken. And in this apprenticeship phase is where you have a good grasp of the fundamentals, you have a good grasp of the basics. This is where you kind of start to experiment with your creativity. You start to make things, right? And so in that you practice, you're working, right? You're really dedicated to the piano or whatever art you choose. It comes a time for you to be tested. You have to play a song in front of an audience, which is a little intimidating, but you've been working hard. And also, this song is not just any song. It's a song that heavily resonates with you, a song that you love a lot. So in that moment, when you're there, about to play in front of that audience, and you touch the keys and you just let go and let yourself fully be immersed into the music that you're playing. And like I said before, this is where surrender and discipline meet to create that flow state, which is that state of mastery. At one point, all of us has tapped into the flow state, has tapped into mastery, whether if it's something as small as like in a game or through something bigger like in our careers, in our passions like writing or music, whatever it is, right? And so the idea of mastery is kind of to guide you towards the direction of tapping into the flow state at will, because obviously a lot of us cannot tap into it at will, and almost a lot of us will never be able to, because mastery is such a high level. And it's not to discourage you or anything like that, because the more we do something, the more we work at something, we will always be able to tap into that occasionally. But it's to reach the level into where you can call upon that. So perfect examples of this, right, would be Mike Tyson. In his prime and now, he has not lost one bit of his skill. Another example is Jordan Peterson, a master of speaking and articulation. Another master, rest in peace, is Kobe Bryant. It was just straight art when he was playing out there. He was able to tap into that mode. That's what they call the Mamba mentality, mastery. So in every art, in every level, there's always that point that you can reach. There's always that way that you could tap into the flow state or mastery. And I'm not saying you have to be like these 1% top tier guys to reach mastery. Anybody is capable of reaching mastery. Not everybody's able to reach the flow state. This is just something I've done research in. This is something that I'm interested in, so I'm sharing it with you guys. This is something that I learned, and it's just a reminder of that. Whatever you find yourself to do, I'm sure you've heard this, be the best at it. Make sure that you're disciplined. Make sure that you do it. Make sure you're dedicated to it. Make sure that you're consistent to it. Even in times that you don't want to, even in times that you don't feel like it. Even in times where the distraction is the easier route, or yeah, I could take that break now. If you're really passionate about it and you want to call upon your instincts, where you want to call upon and you surrender, and you're in that moment where you are great. You have that moment in time where you are great there. And by will, that's how you achieve mastery. It takes sacrifice, and that's why I say that not everybody will be able to achieve it, but occasionally we could call upon it. Some by will or by not. In most cases, by not. And if you're not where you want to be now, get there so that you can start on that journey, start on that path. And as will I, you know what I'm saying? So the flow state, mastery, I said this a couple times already, but I just want to repeat it so you guys understand. This is achieved with the combination of disciplined acts and the surrender of the mind into your work, so that it becomes mastery, so that it becomes a flow state. We can do it. I know you can do it. That's something to strive for. Wow, that's crazy that it just hit me right now. That's the beauty in life, is that we may not ever reach perfection, but we can always strive for it. We can always try to reach for that. Although we might not be perfect, we can get close to it. And I think that's the beauty of life. I think that's, that's really cool. It's a cool thought. But anyways, I'm done ranting. I'm done talking a lot. Mad love. Sorry. I've been recording a lot. Mad love. Please like and subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Let those people know who you are and who I am too. You know what I'm saying? You want to give me credit or whatever, you know. You don't got to, but anyways, yeah, that's it, man. Mad love. Peace.